What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Untamed Outdoorsman video, and today we're going to be doing a rod unboxing and first review of a couple rods Connor got in today.
Yep. So we actually haven't even seen them yet, and they're going to be a surprise to you. So the first one, we actually got them from Tech Warehouse. I'll actually leave them down in the description as well. But to start things off, we got just your Tech Warehouse casting rod sleeve. I got the gunmetal one because I think that's the best looking color. But yeah, you should always kind of have these, just kind of make sure nothing gets damaged or anything too crazy like that. But
we got what, 2 rods in here?
2 rods, yep. One's they're both bait casting rods.
Alright.
Okay, we'll just grab this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so the first one, okay.
Let's keep going. You got 7/6.
Alright. So the first one is the limited edition Lunkers TV edition favorite Defender. Okay, so we just unboxed the rod. It had a lot of styrofoam and stuff packaging around it. But yeah, so right off the bat, this thing is cool looking. This thing is a lot different from the original Lunkers TV, like the red, white, and blue. It's got, I'll probably show it in a clip here, but it's got a different style kind of part of the beginning of the rod here, and it's got a whole different style. And this is actually a cork one instead of an EVA foam. It's like half EVA, half cork. The original Lunkers one's all cork, so this is definitely something a lot different. And it's actually really, I think it's better than the original one.
I really like it.
In terms of looks,
yeah,
it looks a lot better.
I really like that camel looking reel seat it's got to it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not really like what you would typically think of when you think of camo, but it's definitely a really unique color. And we're actually going to pair this with the SLX DC. This is a 7/6 heavy, so it's actually going to be a new flipping rod. And the only reason I had to switch it was because I'm not a fan of graphite. I think, yeah, graphite is more durable, but it's less sensitive. So you're sacrificing sensitivity for durability in that. But these can typically be, this is actually carbon. These can be a lot lighter and they're more sensitive, and I would much rather have that.
Yeah.
Personally,
I used the Bass graphite rod, and while it was a very, very strong rod, it felt like it had a lot of backbone to it. It's just, you don't feel anything in the tip of the rod.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's numb to anything, like feeling the ground when you're flipping a jig, or even when you're flipping into cover, you can't really feel much of it. So
yeah, it's just it was noticeably dull.
Yeah.
Like usually you can get away with most graphite rods, but that one I noticed how dull it was, and I couldn't even feel the rocks on the ground.
And it's not a bad rod for the price point. It's just the sensitivity of the rod itself, I feel like, needs to be improved, maybe to a carbon. But the graphite they're using is just, it's so dull. And I feel like that's just something maybe they need to work on.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, we got these off Tackle Warehouse, and it was actually part of their 25 Days of Christmas deals, and I actually only paid $70 for it, and they're originally $150. So that's kind of a no-brainer there. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to hold it and kind of give your impressions on it.
It's light. It's very light. I like the reel seat, how it goes all the way down to the blank, so you get that extra sensitivity to your hand. I think it's going to be a good flipping stick. For a 7/6 heavy, it is a light rod.
Yeah. And you just kind of tell right off the bat how it's more sensitive than a graphite.
It's comfortable. It's a very comfortable rod. I feel like, if I was flipping this thing all day long, I feel like I wouldn't get, tired of holding it.
Yeah, and it's definitely very similar to the original Lunkers edition, and like I said, all the Lunkers edition and all the Googling Squad edition favorite rods, they're not going to be around very much longer. They're probably, once they sell out on Tackle Warehouse or favorite, that's probably when they're done completely. So to get one of these and really quickly and get that good of a deal on it through Tackle Warehouse, that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah. And
it is very similar to the original one. The only real difference is the color, the reel seat, the cork, and there's actually some extra engravings here. That's like
an American flag.
Yeah, it's like an American flag style here, and you'll probably see a close up of this too. And like I said, I'll link it in the description as well. But definitely for me, an upgrade in terms of flipping rods, and I just think it's really important to have a good flipping rod. Because that's almost all sensitivity. So you got to really feel what's on the ground and what's hitting your your finesse jig or your Texas rig or whatever that could be. So, yeah, definitely a really good one. All right,
Now to the next one.
let's look at number 2. Let's see what we got.
Slide it out to you.
All right. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So next one, you probably saw what we're gonna do. It's actually a Duckett Triad. It's a 7-foot medium heavy, and this is gonna be my chatterbait rod, and this is gonna go with my Corrado DC. So it's gonna be a pretty awesome looking combo overall, looks and performance. So like I said, 7-foot medium heavy, and it is incredibly similar to the Duckett Silverado, but this is a way better looking version of the Silverado, and it actually has the Kaigen guides. It's like a different style of guide, and the guides are actually noticeably tiny, like a lot tinier than you would think. And the design of this overall is just kind of the opposite to the Duckett Silverado. So it's all like these white and gold engravings here in design, and it's got this really cool, and the Silverado has this too, but it's a different color. It's this really cool kind of, I would call it kind of carbon fiber style. And this one, instead of the white and gray, it's actually white, and then based off how it hits the light, it can be gold, and it can be like a light blue sometimes. So this is an awesome looking rod. And Ducketts are really starting to grow on us. Yeah, like we've been fishing a ton of different rods in the past like 2 years, and we just keep coming back to Duckett. It's something about their sensitivity. It really sets them apart from the other rods, and the eyes are great, and just the overall build quality is just awesome for the price. And it's super sensitive. Like it's a lot more sensitive than say like your Shakespeare or anything like that. Like it really is just a huge step above. And yeah, if you want to hold it and just kind of take a look.
Wow. I thought that last rod was light, but this thing weighs nothing.
I know.
I mean, it's crazy. The one thing I do love about the Ducketts is where they put their reel seat, they split it, so this is the base of the rod itself, and this makes the rod so sensitive when you're fishing. Honestly, Duckett is my go-to now. I think for, fishing the rods I have, they are by far the best rods, in my opinion. But yeah, very good looking rod, super light. Like I said with the other one, I wouldn't be able to hold that thing all day and flip around all kinds of brush, but just running a chatterbait on this thing all day without a problem. Yeah. I guarantee it.
I know, and I was actually really shocked when I held it. I was like, wow, this thing is awesome. And
it weighs nothing. I mean, it's crazy.
It feels like a St. Croix Mojo, like in terms of weight. Like, you know how you always pick up like the St. Croix Mojo bass rods and they're like noticeably light, like it feels like you're holding anything? That's what that feels like. And I mean, they feel incredibly similar, just in terms of build quality and in terms of, I think Ducketts are more sensitive than St. Croix, definitely. But this rod is a really awesome rod.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of your best rods in your lineup now.
Yeah, for me it's Duckett, Favorite, and Dobbins. Those are the 3 main ones for me right now. But Duckett is definitely really starting to grow on me. I'm probably going to end up replacing a lot of my rods with either Micro Magic or Pro Series and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Jacob Wheeler rods. Those are actually really nice as well. I actually have a spinning rod for that, paired with the Favorite Phantom reel. I might end up getting like a Stratic or a Damper for that, but kind of off topic. But yeah, both of these rods are already shocking me. Like I thought, since this was on sale for so little, it was kind of a no-brainer just to like at least give it a shot. And I think this is going to outperform my St. Croix.
I believe it will too.
Yeah, just in terms of,
I believe your overall happiness when using the rod would be a lot better too.
yeah, you want to fish stuff you want to fish. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to. If you don't like something, you shouldn't be stuck with it. And it's not that I think it's a bad rod. It's just I'm not a graphite person. I like carbon. So yeah, this is definitely a really unique one compared to the Favorite Defender. And I think this is really going to do well. It's really going to, especially on a kayak, I think it's going to really
I think I'm going to be stealing this rod from you guys.
Yeah, that thing paired with the Corrado DC.
That's gonna be a combo
Yep.
right there.
Then this is going to be paired with the SLX DC.
This is gonna match perfect with your reel.
It will. Yep. But anyway, and we also, obviously, we have some.
I think there's a Tackle Warehouse sticker on the other
Yeah,
side.
there's a Tag Warehouse sticker, and I think there is a t-shirt in there as well. So I have like 10 of those t-shirts, so that'll be interesting. But alright. If you have any questions about either of these rods or what we're going to be doing with them, leave them in the comments below. We're definitely going to answer them, and we always do. If anybody asks questions, we'll definitely answer them. And yeah, also, if you want to leave a comment for what you want us to review next, anything in particular that interests you from our lineups or baits or anything like that, if you want to ask a question or even ask you a review, we'll definitely get it to you. It might not be like the next day, but we can definitely get a review in.
Yeah, we'll definitely do our best to, you know, review everything in the most like honest way possible.
Yeah.
You know, even though we're not affiliated with anybody.
Not yet.
We have our strong opinions about certain companies.
Yeah.
We will review just about anything, just to tell you an honest review and what we feel.
Yep. And I mean, you guys have seen in the past, if we don't like something, we'll tell you. Like we will tell you that we don't like something, and this is 100% like first impressions. You guys have seen it here first, so if you want us to post an update on these, we can definitely do that as well. But again, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. See you later.